What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and I share tips from my spiritual journey that will likely help your spiritual journey. And today, I'd like to talk about the future self and the importance of having an image, an idea of a future self that you hold in mind, and how truly beneficial this can be. So the future self, that whole concept and teaching is pretty crowded in the self-development space. And it can be a profound tool that you carry over into the spiritual side. And the reasons because of that is that in every moment, we're all operating off of an image we hold of ourselves. And by default, the image that we will operate off of is an image of the past. It's literally our ego, our past, our sum total past experiences are affecting right now who we are, who we think we are, what we think we're capable of, just what we're willing, what we want to do, what our interests are, just everything. It literally affects our entire experience of right now. So if right now you're operating off of an image of your past, you're literally thinking and acting and being the version of your past, which is what Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches on. But it's more than just a law of attraction or just an improving yourself or improving your life conditions. It's profound for the spiritual journey as well, because unless you're just sitting silent, blissed out under a tree, you're operating off of this image, whether you realize it or not. So by building that image of that future, your greatest, grandest future self that you will become, that you are becoming, that you already are, if you're able to just shift, I mean, think about it. For most people, they're operating 100% off of their past image. They're literally recreating and retracing the steps of their past in every moment. It's the wake, just this massive, powerful wake that's just steering your ship right now. Like, the ship it's got full potential to steer. It can go as fast as it wants in any direction it wants to. But that's only if you separate yourself from being driven by the past. But I was talking to a student last night, actually, about this. And it was what this person needed to hear was just a reminder that you need to really double down and vividly build this image of your future self. And as often and as much as you can, be operating now off of the image of this future self than this default past self that you're unknowingly operating off of, that's causing a lot of the inner resistances and a lot of the preferences of things and not wanting things to be exactly the way they are. But it's definitely something that you get exposed to in the beginning stages of self-development. You realize the value, but it can be easy to drop it or to let go of that, because it is egoic activity, of course, but it's a positive egoic activity. That's actually, it's a way that the ego is unwinding itself. So you build the ego, you build the activity that you want. Like you build a future self that's always looking for the good, that's always focused on the positive, that's always present, that's always interested in where your feet are. Like this is how you build a future self that's beneficial for the spiritual side, that helps your present moment to present moment experience. So yeah, this is definitely one that's undervalued, that's you hear about and we work on, and I think it's easy to let go of a lot of it once you do enter into some of the more advanced stages of spirituality. But it's definitely a tool that you need to take with you and to always be updating and always have a current image of not just your current self, but your future self. And be aware of when you're operating off your past versions of yourself, because you're literally just projecting the past into your future, and you're going to re-experience the same experiences that you have, and most likely you don't want to do that. So yeah, the future self is definitely, it's one of those timeless tools that you have to keep active. You have to keep an active vision of your future self that you're wanting to be now and you're wanting to move into, because without it, you will by default slip into the past image, and you'll be operating off of the past just as you did before. But it may not be as negative. More than likely it's way more positive, but it's still, nonetheless, it's still an image of the past. So that's what I would recommend, is that you want to maintain a very clear and vivid self-image of the self that you want to be in every moment. Not only because it helps your moment-to-moment experiences and where you're going and everything, but it helps your mindfulness ability, because that image sets a standard for the quality and of the content that you're willing to allow to run inside your head. So when you have a clear image of the activity that you're not willing to accept, or that you're only willing to accept, to allow to run, then it makes mindfulness way easier, because you'll recognize immediately, oh, no, this is not the type of the content that my future self would think about or allow himself to think about. So you immediately recognize it, release it, requalify it, replace it, whatever you have to do. But that's another major benefit of having this future self-image, is having the standards of what that version is willing to allow run inside their head, which is a superpower on the spirituality journey, because, yeah, big time. Okay, so there's your tip of the day. Make sure that you maintain an active vision of your greater future self. Make sure you always have a clear, vivid, detailed idea of your greatest, grandest future self that you're becoming, that you already are, and that's who you're being today. You're making choices, thoughts, actions that aligns with that future self instead of the default past self. And if you can do that, you're going to have a much greater day than you would otherwise. So, hope that helps. Like, subscribe, share. Check out another video if there's one up. And have a great day. Peace.